And here, or Wolf Taiko, and today I'll be finishing off Pokemon and the Great Library with the final part. If you have not seen the previous parts, please go check those out. But no, let's just go straight in and finish off the horror storyline and the game overall. Yep, and then this encounter again. Yeah, Mom and Dad are dead. Alright, we're working now. Okay. Wild Death. Yes? Oh no, Body Slam's not gonna do anything, it's a normal type move, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking that. Oh no, my speed. Anyways. Extrasensory. No, stop flinching me. Oh, frick. I thought that would do something. Okay, let's at least find a mon that can do damage to these people. Hey, I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that. My computer crashed. Let's find a move that does damage. What if I mimic? Because if it uses Astonish. Oh, of course it doesn't do any damage. It withdrew Dream Spirit. Look, it's Dream Spirit. Okay, I'm gonna make it confused. Or not, you know, just use Scary Face. So Jigglypuff is a no-go, clearly. I'm also gonna try Curelog again and do the Signal Beam. Words. You know, it's a word. Not Psychic, apparently. Fairy? Trying to remember what's super effective against Ghost. Alright, we're using that. Like, the Shaman, going back into what I was saying before about, like, length of stuff. Like, the Shaman one was definitely a lot longer than, like, for instance, the Space one. And then if this is the end for the Horror one, this was also pretty short. Nope. Let's wrap this battle up. Oh no, my speed, and there goes your health. Alright. Bye, Lunatone. Not Lunatone, Dream Spirit. Ma, you look delicious, sweetie. Get back in bed now. You'll be safe in your dreams. Hurry! What? Wait, is it Darkrai isn't the... Interesting. I don't know why the creature coming back would... I don't know what happened there, I can be honest. Alright, now are we gonna get some answers into what this library is? Because that's what I'm guessing the ending's gonna give us. I don't think that's a part of the story, is it? Have I been down here? I don't think so. I think it's a pretty good guess that I haven't. The multiverse. I'm the librarian, the one who watches over the multiverse. I know all that goes on in the vast cosmos, so please enlighten me. Why are you here? I don't know. I can't remember. Very well then. Allow me to help you remember. In a battle? Sure, makes sense. Wild of Archives. Alright, you are asleep. If you're psychic, then I should probably bring out Haunter, who knows some, like, you know, dark and ghost moves. Even though, yeah, we are really low leveled for this fight. Mainly. Let's try Hex. And that was the right move to go with. Alright. Jigglypuff, Gyro Ball, sure. Probably instead of Body Slam. I feel like I'm too over level now. I don't know. You have grown in your time here. You have proven yourself worthy. Now allow me to reveal the truth to you. What are these visions I'm seeing? They are your memories. Seems that recent trauma has blocked them out as a defense mechanism. But, look here. There's a boy. One who came from another world. Not quite like ours. In the boy's world, there are no Pokémon. The boy came to our world by some mysterious string of events, and you found him in the woods outside of town. And he totally is not red. Oh, now I noticed why that threw me for a loop and why this looks so different. We're now suddenly in Gen 3. I was like, this looks weird, but no, that's why. Gen 3 all of a sudden. You took this boy to the town square where your father, the mayor, gave a speech, but was interrupted by the town heretic. The boy laid his eyes upon a real Pokemon for the first time and was amazed. Because of the heretic's vision, you and the boy decided to confront your father, the mayor. But were captured and taken to his bunker. Mayor Clearwater revealed his great creation, a machine that when fused with the mythical Pokemon Celebi could turn it into the corrupt Cyber Celebi. Is this like a game you made or something? I'm looking up. Because this is very in-depth and I feel like would be like a plot of a video game. So I'm just going... Because I don't think I've played any other game by you, so I could be wrong. Pokemon Origins Cyber Celebi. I wonder if it's that. You know, I may be looking into things too much. But, you know, there's a person who looks like red. A Cyber Celebi. I could be wrong. Could. Has that window... How long has that window capture been there? Please tell me there was no important information on that. No. No, I'm gonna look then. What is Origin Cyber Celebi? A new journey across worlds. Uncover the truth of a conspiracy involving the mayor and the town heretic who can see the future. Discover new Pokemon forms as you find yourself face to face with a creature that is half Pokemon and half machine. Cyber Celebi. But who is its creator and for what purpose was it made? And I'm guessing, yeah, I pretty much just... I'm gonna figure out everything that happened in it. But no, it was made for Pop Jam too, I vaguely remember, yeah, Pokemon Origin Cyber Celebi now. The mayor leapt into the time distortion created by Cyber Celebi in hopes of going back in time and changing the past to save his ancestors. But he took you, his daughter, along with him, and together you entered the time distortion. However, that is not all. Somehow, while traveling across the time distortion, having to hold on to Cyber Celebi and you at the same time was too much of a strain. Your father lost his grip on you, and you fell through the time distortion, winding up here. But where is here exactly? Yes, we're in the Grand Library with information of the entire universe, I know that. But where is the library, and what region is it in? Not where, or even when, dear girl. When? The library, in fact, neither exists anywhere or any time. Not in any distinct time or place in the universe. We are in an empty dimension, a place called the Void. What do you mean, not in time or space? Yes, the Void is a deep and vast plane of emptiness, although there are multiple known places one can travel to inside of the Void. Wait, you're saying there's a way out? A way back? How? Not a way back, at least not from here, but there is a way out of the library. Can you take me there? Take me to a place where I can go back. I can. Although, I fear when you go back, things will not be as you remember them. And I must warn you, there is something hunting you. Something hunting me? Yes, it is a creature of the deep. Not of our world or the boys' world. A being of pure destruction and death. Not a Pokémon. Something far worse. Also, just telling you, don't forget the accent over the E for Pokemon. I've noticed that throughout the game. I haven't said anything, but don't forget it. I was imprisoned in the farthest reaches of the Void. But the moment that you arrived, it somehow broke free. Are you saying that I caused it to break free? No. In fact, from what I can see, you seem to be the key to stopping it. What? How is that possible? I'm not entirely sure, but you must leave, and fast. The Void may be infinite, but it can't contain the beast's power for long. It will find you. Okay, so where do I go then? You must take this. It was given to me by the previous visitor to the Grand Library. A celery flower. Although it's infinite, there are ways to travel across the Void. This is one such way. From my knowledge, this flower creates a time distortion, allowing one to travel across space-time. No, it can't be. Surely it's not this close already. We must hurry, Veronica. Use the flower and jump into a time distortion. There'll be some fellow humans on the other side waiting to greet you. Now go! Hurry! Oh, that's it. Alright, that is Pokemon in the Great Library. I do wish... okay, I'm gonna turn this down so that I can talk about my thoughts. Okay, really solid game. Though I will say, as, like, one of the main fan game creators that do continuous stories throughout different fan games, one thing I would say, I don't know if the ending you're planning on doing in a future update, or if you are, like, that was leading into a different game. If what happened there is gonna lead into a different game, I would actually suggest against that, just because, oh, my name's in here. I was not expecting that. He's getting ready. Okay, but, I would suggest against that, just because you want each story, even if it's, like, an overall narrative, to still have, like, its own little... each story to work on its own. Of course, if you're planning on adding the actual ending later on, that's not a problem. In association with Project Soul. I saw you made a game called Pokemon Soul. Is it connected to that, too? Maybe. I'll have to look into that. Pokemon in the Great Library. But so, if it does go into some... if that Veronica will turn... Well, if that was leading into a different game, then yeah. That is my thing. I was the person who spearheaded the multiple fan games into a continuous story. But you do want to still have each story be its own thing. Even though, like, even for Broken, even though Hito returns into his own spin-off game, Broken still works as its own contained story that has a finish line. Hito evolves into becoming a better person. Freddy, the canon name of the protagonist, becomes stronger. And, like, it's a story with a beginning and end, and it does that path. This, not so much. It kind of was like, he kind of just, we're going through all these different stories, and then at the end, you kind of figure out what was going on, and then that's it. It kind of felt like a prologue to a game that was coming, which, I mean, if that's what it is, then that's what it is, but I would sell it as such, if that makes sense. Like, but no, it's a good game. I do think because the game felt a lot easier this time, like even before I updated it. So I honestly don't think the difficulty was that much of a problem. I think I was just not in the right headspace. I was too tired probably last time. I don't know. But no, difficulty, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Mainly what I'm concerned about is, yeah, the overarching narrative type thing you're doing. But no, I'll have to go back into, like, Soul and... Oh, Soul is something you're working on. Alright. Pokemon Soul is an upcoming fan game project which is set in the Frontier region based on ancient Greece in the Wild West. A Pokemon trainer named Ben starts out on his journey with his friends Cage and Areta, and just like every trainer, they now have the freedom to follow their own path. Cage decides to take on the gym challenge, so he can one day be strong enough to beat Ben, while Areta chooses to collect research data for the professor. Ben, however, is on a different path to find his mother, who was missing for the past years. There are many mysterious events to uncover in the wake of your adventure at Frontier. Here's just some of the things you may find. No, yeah, overall, just make stories, like, contained stories. Don't just have a story to build up to a different story. That's kind of the problem I've been having with the MCU lately. So yeah, that's what I'd say. I do like that you treat the audience like they don't know what Pokemon Origin Cyber Celebi is. Because I was able to understand what happened and, like, at least mostly I got the idea of, like, who Veronica is and the story that happened there. So that's really good. Though I do wish that at the end it had its own conclusion. And also just the final boss was, like, I feel like sometimes the game was really hard and then sometimes it just chose not to be. Like, the final boss I felt was a little underwhelming. Like, I did not think that was the final boss. But no, other than that, oh, also, if you do flashback stuff like that, which you did, do not, change graphical styles. Only change graphical styles if that is, well, unless you're doing it, it depends. It has to be very, very intentional. Like, going back to Broken. This game has made me draw lots of parallels back to Broken. But back to Broken, it had different graphical styles to kind of translate the different time periods and help the audience be like, alright, this is the past, this is the present, this is the future. And it was also just a cool, like, thing that I did. But there was a reason. And if your reason was like, this is a different world, so that's why it looks different, that's fine. If that's not the reason, though, it's kind of just jarring for the sake of being jarring. And back into my own connected universe of fan games with Ends 2. I did this whole flashback sequence of Ends and explain how Logan 2... Oh, spoilers for Ends 2. Logan 2 is a clone of Logan, but I showed the Ends past stuff now in Gen 4 style, even though Ends was Gen 3. So I would have done that again with Origin Cyber Celebi and shown it in Gen 4, which I don't think would have been too hard, because you already had the Veronica and then Gen 4 Overworld sprites, because you didn't have custom sprites, I don't think. It would have been too hard to get Gen 4 versions of it. But I think that's all of my thoughts on Pokemon and the Great Library. Overall good. But in the future, for this connected fan game stuff you're doing, keep that in mind, and having stories be their own story, and try not to have them lead into the other ones so much. Of course, still have them connect and lead into each other, but still have them work on its own merits, especially for other people who have not played your... Because Lost Power taught me this very valuable lesson, because a lot of people play Lost Power that had not played the previous other games. So the Team Rocket stuff I threw in there was a little confusing for them. So try to make the story work on its own merits as much as it can. Explain as much as you can of what happened. Treat the audience like they haven't played the other games, which you did a good job on. But also make the story wrap up in... Okay, for some reason I thought this was my... Whatever. Work on this... Have the story work on its own merits. Other than that, very good. I may have to go and play Origin Cyber Celebi now just so I can get the full context and understand everything. Probably after this jam, though. I don't know when. I'll see. I'll definitely have to add that to a list, though. And see kind of, what I... But no. It's also really cool seeing another fan game creator doing this interconnected fan game story. But, those are my thoughts. But no, overall, it was good. Just keep that in mind in the future, since you're probably gonna watch the VOD. But no, that was Pokemon in the Great Library. I really enjoyed it. I had some critiques, but overall, it was a really good game. I would recommend it for all of you to play, so go check that out and see some of the other Relic Castle Winter Game Jam entries, because a lot of these developers are really talented. If you don't know what I was talking about with my examples with Hito, Broken Story, and Pokemon Broken, those were Pokemon fan games I actually made. So if you want to go and check those out, I would really appreciate that. But yeah, and that was the end of this series. So, if you want to see me play a different Pokemon fan game, click this right there. But until then, I'll see y'all later.